When my friend pressured me to try to
Meet a nice Asian girl.
date someone who was openly gay. So my parents pressured me a little bit as well. They were like, why don't you try finding a gay community to belong to? And my friend was like, why don't you try dating someone who's openly a lesbian? I tried doing a popular online dating service where I was on it for a week looking woman seeking men, and then the next week would be women seeking women. I switched my profile back and forth. The first person to contact me was Deb, and the first date I went on was Deb. And so
She got her money's worth. After we got engaged, we just told people we were engaged, and the first question was, who proposed to who? And I would say most of our friends thought I proposed to Liza, which was not the case. Liza proposed to me. Saturday mornings, we have a pattern. Liza goes to yoga in the morning at 7:30. I think that's crazy, so I don't partake because it's early and I haven't given yoga a chance yet. I'm not one of those people. She comes home from yoga, I get out of bed and make her breakfast. So that's what we do on Saturdays. This Saturday, it was going to be like every other Saturday, except it was a little different. And usually she just gets up quietly and leaves, and she kept, what were you doing to me? You kept pushing me down on the bed.
No, I was talking to you because I wanted to make sure that you were going to stay in bed and not get up and come downstairs with me.
Then this annoying beeping happens, and I have no idea what it is. Then I roll over and realize that it's her alarm clock that's going off that she never uses because she uses her phone as an alarm. So this alarm clock is going off. And I'm like, what the? And I'm a little agitated. A little bit. Then I realize there's a little envelope taped to it. So on the envelope, it says clue number 1. And so obviously I'm on a scavenger hunt. And everyone that we tell this to is like, well, didn't you know right away you were going to get proposed to because you're on a scavenger hunt? And I was like, actually, Liza has done several scavenger hunts for me before, like little silly scavenger hunts, so it was not abnormal at all. So the first clue sent me downstairs, and downstairs she had music looping, some of our favorite songs that we've always joked about being wedding songs together, and she had breakfast set out. So that was cool, and then it was clue number 2. And clue number 2 sent me to Inman Oasis for a massage because one of my first gifts to Liza was a massage there. After my massage, they handed me another clue. It said go to 1369 Coffee Shop because that was where we first met. After online, we decided to meet, and our first meeting was at 1369. So I go to 1369. I wait in line, and I'm just like, hi. I'm definitely a little embarrassed. I'm because I didn't want to buy anything. I go, do you have one of these for me? And the one guy looked at me like I was a crazy lady, so I was like, ooh. And then this other...
You're holding a clue.
So I'm holding a clue. I'm waving. And he just looks at me like I'm crazy. The people behind me look like I'm crazy. And then this kid comes running over, like, here you go, and hands me the next clue. Every clue is a rhyming, poem printed on a picture of us or the dogs. And all of us. Anyway. So, back to the story. The next clue says it was all about traveling back and forth to see each other when we first met. It was just very convenient. We lived 2 blocks away from each other, so it was a lot of back and forth. Anyway. So I get to, first I had to go to her old apartment, and so I'm like, crap, I have to go and knock on some stranger's door, so I was kind of a little nervous about it. Slowly drive by to scope it out, and then there's her ex-roommate, who's one of our good friends, standing outside with flowers, and another clue. Gets in the car with me and goes, we're going to your old apartment. So we go to my old apartment, and there's another clue taped to it on the outside. I open that clue, and it sends me to my friend Eric's house. Eric lives in Belmont, and Eric I dragged along on the first couple dates just because
you guys were both dating.
Liza was weird at first. At this point, I'm starving and I have to go to the bathroom, so I'm starting to get a little crabby. But the massage people gave me a Reese's peanut butter cup, so I ate that. And so now I'm good, and I go to the bathroom at Eric's house, ready to go for my next clue, which is to Fresh Pond, because our first 50 dates, because Liza was not gay and just wanted to be friends, we walked the dogs at Fresh Pond, and I pull up and I start walking. I don't see anyone, so I start walking, and then like up a hill on a bench, I see Liza and the two dogs, and George sees me first before Liza and Bryn, and he starts running down the hill at me with a sign that says, "Will you marry me?" Bryn, quick to follow, starts running after George with a little box taped on her neck with the supposed ring. And then behind Bryn and George was Liza, down on one knee and with a rose, and she proposed to me, but I already said yes to George because when he came with me to the sign, so technically I said yes to marrying George. But yeah, we had our little moment, and there were some strangers around, and Bryn was pooping at this point next to us. This man was calling his dog back, trying not to ruin the moment, but he was trying to be quiet about it. It was really funny and awesome, and now we're getting married.
That was very detailed. I thought you were just going to be like, she gave me some clues.
You told me to tell it.